back to the Fitness Business Podcast. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what is the best way to attract high-paying, quality online health and fitness clients in 2024. And this is the age-old argument between paid ads versus organic, which is better, which should you do. I'm going to make an argument today around why you should be running ads. And my argument is 100% right. If you disagree, you're wrong, and I hate you. So there's really no question. Kidding. I'm going to just share my experience, not only in building our own online health coaching company to, at one point, we were doing $150,000 a month. We did $5 million in total revenue, sold that business. One of the reasons we were able to sell that business is simply because we had a really good acquisition strategy that didn't just rely on, Aaron posting content, but that's an aside. But also in our experience in helping now damn near 4,000 online health and fitness coaches. And so I'm going to share with you what are the prerequisites, who should be running ads, who shouldn't, and what do we see working best? Like what funnels, what systems are working best within the health and fitness space. But before we do that, I want to share with you a story about a dude named Joe. So this is a presentation that I'm giving at our legacy event, which is actually tomorrow. In 2 days. It's our high level mastermind with some of our high level students who pay a lot of money to be in this mastermind. And I'm giving you guys the inside scoop. And that presentation is all about how to create money glitching advertising creatives. But before I do that, I want to share this story with you about a guy named Joe. All right, meet Joe. Joe decides after years of being a fuckboy and running through hoes, he decides it's time to settle down. So he tells a few friends that he's looking for a mate, and he does so by visiting a few local bars. He sits in coffee shops, kind of waiting for single chicks to walk in. He even looks at the local obituaries for any recent deaths of guys his age, and he attends funerals to try to position, a grief rebound. Since Joe's relying solely on the organic reach of his social circle, his friends, and the random chance of him meeting someone compatible on his daily routine, nothing seems to work. And those just listening, I have an image of a guy who's pimples everywhere, big glasses, kind of a dorky looking guy. So anyways, I want to now introduce you to Selena. Selena, now, if you're listening, imagine a super shredded chick that it's like an AI generated chick. Selena has 10 billion followers on Instagram, mainly due to her wildly valuable booty kickback videos, and because she uses AI editing to make her look like basically a jacked robot ninja. So because she has a massive following, when she decides she's looking for a long-term partner, she makes a single post that goes viral. Suddenly, she opens her inbox and she has more dick pics from potential mates than she could possibly sort through in one lifetime. So if you're listening, imagine a meme with hot dogs flying at a girl's face. So this is when things take an interesting turn. So Joe, when he first saw Selena's post, he got a little discouraged. He thought, how can I ever compete with somebody like her with a bazillion followers? So he figured, well, the least I can do is send her a dick pic. So as he's snapping the photo, now imagine Joe standing here taking a dick pic. He has an epiphany. Okay, so light bulb goes off and he realizes that he can't compete with her viral organic awareness, but he can invest in advertising. So he runs a Facebook ad with a big idea and angle that essentially leads with the problem. And here's how it goes. Hey, are you a really hot chick tired of consistently getting flooded with dick pics? Well, what if I told you that dating nerdy guys not only allows you to feel secure in your relationship, because let's face it, nobody else really wants me, but I'll do pretty much whatever you say. And I'm probably going to get super rich because I'm insecure and I have daddy issues. So if that sounds interesting to you, click this ad and on the next page, you can book a call for a free demo. And suddenly Selena responds and Joe hits her with a few high value nurture automations, some pre-call sequences. He even gives her a really good pre-call video to warm her up. He hops on a call and he closes her. Now they live happily ever after. Now, if you're listening, imagine a photoshopped image of Joe's head on Conan the Barbarian, another photoshopped image of them like holding hands. So him and Selena live happily ever after. So what's the point of this, right? I just thought it was funny. But number two, it's about awareness. So awareness is the foundation of any business. So you have to have awareness. All right. So there are really two ways to generate awareness every single day. And if you don't have a way to generate awareness, you just won't be able to scale. You might have some success in the beginning, or you might even have a big month here and there, but it's not going to be consistent because you don't have new people consistently learning about you, your product, and your offer. You have to have eyeballs across your brand. Okay. So if you don't have awareness, you don't have leads. If you don't have leads, you don't have a business. So this means you need new people seeing your content, engaging with the messaging so that you can then nurture, build trust, create a relationship, and then get on a call and close. If you don't have this, you simply don't have a business, or you have one that's kind of built on quicksand. So really the two most critical things to scale from, let's say, $10K a month to $100,000 a month, really it's like great systems specifically around how you fulfill so that you can retain clients and maximize your lifetime value. The second piece though is a way to generate awareness, and the better your lifetime value, the more you can spend to generate that awareness. So it kind of feeds into it. So how can you consistently generate awareness every day? So you have new leads, right? You have leads in the form of followers, email list subscribers, SMS subscribers, new engaged conversations, consistent triage calls, sales calls, etc. Well, the only two ways are number one, content, and number two, advertising. So the reason that I do like advertising over content is just simply that it's predictable. In other words, I know that if I put money in, I can guarantee that my content will get in front of X amount of people. It doesn't depend on whether or not the post goes viral, right? I can even decide to present this content to new people, or I can present this content to people who've already seen my content and engaged with it in the form of retargeting. I know that if I show it to new people, I'm guaranteed to get new people to see it, right? So when you make a post, it's just not that often that it hits the explore page or people share it or whatever. So if you can do this and you can consistently get new leads and you know how to follow up with those leads, convert them, you have a good offer in a sales process, you'll create the ultimate money glitch. All right. So what I mean by money glitch, it's like you can turn $1 into, 2, 4, 8, 12. Some of our students are getting a 10, 12, 15x return on their ad spend. So if you can do this, you'll never have a problem to consistently grow your business. But the problem is, there will be problems, but the most painful problem of your business is effectively solved, which is lead generation. So another story, when I met Erin, she had her own online fitness coaching company. I had mine, and we operated independent for a year or so. We decided to join forces, and we were going to launch a program together. And this is when we were getting a little more serious in our relationship. And when this occurred, her business was 100% reliant on organic. Now, she was spending money though on paid shout outs. Paid shout outs was working really, really well for her. So that's a form of paid advertising. Okay. But I used to lay in bed at night stressed. I'd have these thoughts like, man, what if Erin's account gets disabled? What if she just gets burnt out on creating content? And I could already kind of tell that was happening. What's going to happen if or when she gets pregnant and wants to take some time off, right? Because as soon as she stops doing those things, the business doesn't generate leads. We did a launch together, and this launch was all organic. Although she built a lot of her following on shout outs, it was still like at this point, it was all organic. And we did $100,000 in revenue in 3 months. Then we ended up re-signing another $10K a month in recurring revenue, which for us was a huge success. But the second launch was really hard. Okay. We had to grind to hit our goals. Her and I were literally like DMing until our thumbs fell off, like doing re-offers. Like we had to grind to hit our goals. So we decided right then and there, or I decided that I was going to run ads to prepare us for the next launch. So what I did was I looked up like YouTube videos on how to use like ClickFunnels and build a lead magnet. I even hired an agency for $5,000 a month to just spend $1,000 a month in ads, which is insane. Do not do this. Just learn the simple skill that is setting up an ad creative and launching it. If I would have just done this myself, instead of paying an agency $5,000, just spent that $5,000 on ads, we would have had 10 times the results, even if the agency was better at running the ads. Okay. So if I could do it over again, again, I would just have done it myself. You got to learn this skill, and it's not hard. It's really not. So anyways, our third launch, because we spent over a 2 or 3 month period, we spent just on building awareness, building our email list, getting followers. We weren't even selling anything. Okay. Spent about $25,000 on ads over those 3 months. Now in our third launch, just when we launched, we had 497 applications. We took 123 calls. We closed 94. We had a 76% close rate, and we ended up doing $267,000 in contracted revenue, and we collected in 30 days or $100,254. So you can see the comparison between the first launch and the second, right? The only difference was I spent to raise awareness. All right. So, most people think when it comes to running ads, you have to have tons of cash. You have to have like deep technical experience. You have to be an expert at editing videos, or you have to build wildly complex funnels. You have to be like awesome at targeting and pushing buttons. You have to be like really awesome on camera. It's really not the reality. Okay. What you do need is number one, patience. Number two, the ability to build trust with prospects, influence. And you validate that first organic. You get the organic to work to where you get, your first 10 clients or so. And you're like, okay, this is kind of clicking. So if it's working that way, what would happen if you just poured fire on it? Right. And the third thing is a proven sales process and an offer. You need to, you can't just go right to ads and sell something low ticket or with a funnel that doesn't require a conversation with a human, and that conversation leading to a call. It's essential. Okay. And you have to have that dialed in. You have to have, 30 minutes a week, maybe, to just check on your ad account and make sure, the ad's still performing well, and that's once you get one ad to perform well, which isn't really hard. Setting it up, launching it might take 4, 5, 6 hours or whatever. You create some ads, you test them, you figure out which one's working, and then you can just keep running that ad for a long time. And you really just need one simple funnel, one winning ad creative. So what I've learned now after spending over $2 million in advertising is the most important part of any advertising campaign is not, again, it's not the funnels. It's not the who's running the ads, the being in an ads manager pushing the buttons. It really is the creative. Okay. The visual, the audio, the copy part of the content to convey your message or promote your product, promote your service. The goal of a good creative is to get the viewer to take action, right? No different than organic. It's just now you're spending behind it. So what I'm going to talk to you about on the next episode is how do we go about making winning creatives? Okay. And if you listen to this, even if you're not running ads, I would still listen to it because this applies on organic as well. I'm going to share with you some video script frameworks and some different methods to create really, really good creatives that, again, they can be used organically, or if you're running ads, this will be tremendously helpful. Stay tuned for that next episode. And and if you have any questions about, IFCA, how we help our students with these processes, etc., feel free to reach out to me. I'll send you a video on how it all works.